Good morning. This video's intention is to show the customer a little bit more about the compensator system on this machine. The compensator is this piece down here. Inside there's a spring, and from the factory that spring is tightened before the machine goes out. But in many cases, mechanics will get these wrenches and they'll have a problem with something, and they just start making changes on the machine hoping something sticks and end up creating a problem. So I'm making this video to help solve that problem, identify and solve it. This is a compensator taken apart. Basically, this fits down like that, and this plug, this threaded plug, goes in the bottom, and it screws into the bottom. And the more it screws in, the more it collapses this spring, and that spring needs to be collapsed all the way. When setting the pinch setting using the smaller wrench, basically you go up in there and it goes into this bolt, and when you're setting the pinch, you're raising or lowering the lower die holder by turning this bolt. You want to loosen this bolt before you change the pinch setting, and then when you're done you want to tighten it. Anyway, this is basically what it's going to look like from the bottom, and that's where the big wrench goes in here, and we start tightening this up. So I'm going to show you now. We've got this machine set up. I've already preset the pinch, so I know that it's correct. When the dies come down and almost touch, I know it's correct. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and make an attachment. Now, my compensator on this machine is loose for the purpose of the video. It's supposed to, that flat piece, that threaded piece is supposed to go in about a 1/2 inch. In this case, it's only going up about that much. My compensator spring is loose at this moment. Now, at this point, you see it's not making a tight attachment. Even though I can loosen this bolt and I can tighten my pinch all the way. My pinch is all the way tight right now. You can see I lower it or I raise it. Now this is as far as it'll go, and I'm still making a bad attachment. So at this point, if you don't know what to do, you'll think the machine's not working properly. And in essence, it isn't, because the compensator spring is too loose. You can see that. So without changing the pinch setting on this machine, all we're going to do is tighten the compensator on it using this large wrench that comes with the machine. It goes in the bottom here, and you just start turning it. And you want to run it up until it stops, and then you want to back off a 1/2 turn, and at that point it'll be set. Now, to save time in the factory, we've modified this tool and put it onto a ratchet so it's quicker. Right there, I could tell I don't want to go too tight, because then it's very hard to loosen. So I basically stopped at that point. That's with that spring completely collapsed. Now I'm going to back off a 1/2 turn. And you can even go a full turn, but I like a 1/2 turn. Right there. Now at this point, the compensator's set. You see that mark on the pencil? Basically, I'm at that mark. So now I've got the half inch I need. For the purposes here, I'm going to go ahead and show you just by resetting these two. You can tell they're not rolled properly. I'm going to set it on there. Now you see, just by tightening the compensator spring, it's made it so that these attachments are now tight. See this one? It's loose. With a tight compensator spring, now it's set properly. Same thing here, loose. Set properly. Loose. Set properly. So hopefully this video helps you. Depending on the dies you use, we use different dies for different applications. Basically, same theory. You want to make sure if you start having an erratic pinch setting, or you can't get the proper pinch setting, even though you ran the pinch all the way up, odds are your compensator spring is too loose. And you can usually tell that real quick just by putting your finger up in there. And you should be able to put on the flat of the plug, you should be able to have about a half inch of that plug up in this tube. If you don't, like we did earlier, we only had a portion of the pencil that went up in there. That tells me the compensator is too loose. You should have a full half inch up in there. Just set your compensator and you'll fix the problem. Thank you. Have a good day.